Hello and welcome. Today what we're going to be doing is talking about the 10 mistakes that small bloggers make that cost them big money. We're going to go over some tactics and some tricks that you can use on your blogs and websites, whether you're a new blogger and just starting out, or whether you've been blogging a while and you're already getting traffic. These tips are going to help you get out of low income purgatory. So many bloggers out there are making so little money on their traffic that it's not even funny. And this is one of the things that I can't stand the most, is to see someone actually get traffic and not be able to refine it and make money. Now, we see across the board from the research that I've done, the average blogger is making like less than 2 cents per visitor, which is really nothing. That means that in order to make $10,000 a month, you need a heck of a lot of visitors to do that. And a lot of people can't really do that. A lot of people can't make that. So what we're going to do is we're going to talk about the differences and how I've made money with my blogs. Now, I want you to know that this is across all niches. I've done niches from anything from mortgages to smiley faces to Bible verses to literally anything. And so I've gone out there and I've really looked at these. Now, some of the examples you're going to see was for like Bible verses traffic. Now, with the Bible verses traffic, I've actually gone out there and I've made a lot of money with it, right? And I think our stream is working. Is everything working okay? If you can hear me okay, let me know by typing something in the box, and we will get going from there. I just want to make sure that everything is working. Now, you can see the example up here of the Bible niche where I went through and I was able to make 25 cents per click, over 22 cents per click on average from Bible verses traffic. Now, the reason I put this up there is because Bible verse traffic is like one of the cheapest non-converting traffics you can have out there. It's traffic where people get millions of visitors a month and make pennies on the dollar. So I wanted to show you that in this example, I was able to average about 22 to 25 cents a click. Another junk traffic niche that I went into was lottery numbers, right? People were looking up, what are the latest lottery numbers for Mega Millions and Powerball and all these things. And I was able to set up a site, and you can see here we were averaging 12 cents per click on the affiliate offer. And from that site, we got 99% of the visitors to visit the offer. And those are the things that you're going to learn here, because so many people aren't making enough off of their affiliate offers. And secondly, they're not getting enough traffic to those affiliate offers, so they can't make the money in the first place. So you guys could see I've made money in lots of niches, from funny layouts to funny smiley faces to Bibles to making money to web hosting, all kinds of stuff. Now, at the end of this video, you can actually go to downloadmynotes.com, and when the notes from this video are ready, we will send them out to you. So if you guys like what you have to hear, check out downloadmynotes.com, get the notes from the video and webinars and all kinds of other cool videos to help you make money online. Here's another example where I was promoting an affiliate offer. And this example, you guys could see, I only got 2,000 visitors, but off of those 2,000 visitors, I made over $20,565 for an average of $9.07 a click, which is crazy. Right? Now, the results are not typical, implied, or guaranteed. I've been doing this 20 years. For me to get $9 a click on every click I produce is damn near impossible. But I think if you learn the tactics, it'll help you earn more on your traffic. Here's another example where I made $161,000 off of a simple little blog, and we were averaging $7.71 per click, which is crazy. So this stuff can happen. We just have to really refine. Now, obviously, am I going to make $9 and $7 a click in the Bible market? Probably not. Am I going to make it in the lottery market? Probably not. Am I going to make it with an Amazon review site about garden hoses? Probably not. But if you are getting traffic in those areas, we want to show you how to get the most possible, because in the Bible versus market, the average person is making less than a penny a visitor. In the lotto market, the average person is making way less than a penny a visitor. So we got to look at this and we got to focus, and we're going to give you those tips. All right, so let's go ahead and dive into those tips. Now, if you like this kind of stuff, make sure you give us a like and hit the subscribe button. That helps us get the message out and share this with a lot more people. And I think a lot of you guys already are like, yeah, I think Marcus is my favorite channel about affiliate marketing. So make sure you hit that subscribe button and the like button so that other people will be able to benefit as well. Now, here is number one. The first reason, and these are the reasons, the 10 mistakes. The first mistake is not paying attention to the why. All right, a lot of people have blogs, a lot of people get traffic, but they don't really focus on why people are coming to their site. Now, this is something that you need to do at the keyword level and at the entry page level. What I do is I look at my reports, I see where people are coming from, I see what words I rank for, and I see people coming to my site. Okay, now those people coming to your site are usually clicking on an ad on the search engine if you're doing search engine optimization or free traffic or something like that. Now, what we need to do is we need to pay attention to the why. If someone is coming to my site and I find out, 100 people a day are coming from something like how to invest $100 on the internet, then I need to structure my content differently based on that new information of where the traffic's coming from. I also need to look at it and say, well, if someone is searching for a keyword and clicking on my site, why is it that they want to look at my site? What is the ultimate goal that they're after? If they're looking for ways to start a free blog, maybe I can pitch them on getting paid web hosting or something. If they're looking for ways to increase traffic to their mailing list, maybe I can get them into a course about mailing lists. If I'm in something where I'm doing Bible verses and I have all of a sudden my post about Bible verses about depression goes crazy, right? Maybe I could put in front of them the Bible toolbar that pays $2.50 a download, or I could put them into a depression recovery program or something like that. Or maybe people are looking for how to break up with someone, right? Maybe I could get them into a dating book or a dating service or something like that. And we really need to look at the why the people are coming to our site, because that's going to be the pivotal moment of how you make your money. And you got to look at it, because sometimes you look at this. Guys, I look at the stats, I see what people are doing, and a lot of times they get keywords that they didn't intend on getting. Right? I was looking at a blog recently by two popular YouTubers, and they had this blog about animals and stuff, and they were getting traffic for snakes and things like that. And it was okay, well, you're not able to make money on the snake thing because you're just, pitching whatever generic product to your whole blog. But what if you refined that exact post and you were like, hey, if you found this snake in your yard, or you're worried about the snake in your yard, maybe you should call Terminix and get pest control or something like that, right? So you need to really refine on it. And this is the top mistake that I see people making, is they don't pay attention to why their visitors are there in the first place. You got to pay attention to the why. If you don't pay attention to the why, you're going to wonder, why am I not making money? So very, very, very important, okay? So we got to look at that. The next most important thing is not being aggressive with ads. All right, a lot of people dance around and they sell from their heels and they waffle it when it comes to their ads, right? They just throw up whatever banner ad, they hope for the best, and they're not really looking at the why and saying, how can I take my content and lead it into the ad? How can I make ads that are aggressive? If I'm talking about ways to invest $100, maybe there's a good ad I could do that's hey, sign up for this investment account, or check out this book on how to invest. Or maybe if I'm doing the snake thing, hey, these snakes are commonly found in these areas of the United States. If you live in these areas, make sure you click this button and get pest control or something like that. Very important to look at. Or being aggressive with, hey, this can mess up your financial future, or this can make you depressed, or whatever it is, right? Obviously do stuff that's true and make sure you don't make any outlandish claims, but you can still be aggressive with your ads where you're putting them front and center and you're getting the attention to the ads. Because after all, our job as bloggers isn't just to share content with the world, right? The world doesn't need more content. Google doesn't need more content. You're doing this as a business to make money. So you got to be aggressive with your ads, and you got to put things out there that are hey, if you want this result, click this. If you want to get rid of these snakes in your yard, call this number. If you want to do this, download this guide. Very important. So number 2 is being non-aggressive with ads. You have to be aggressive with your ads. Otherwise, it's not going to work. Now, a lot of bloggers out there are teaching a passive, non-aggressive method, and because of that, they're not making that much money. And I see it all the time. You got to be aggressive with what you want to make money with, and you got to put it front and center, okay? Number 3 is ignoring the natural. Now, what do I mean by the natural? Well, years ago in magazines and things, they would have something called an advertorial. Now, years ago, you didn't have to write advertorial on the top of it, and if you get any magazine, you're going to see these. And in the magazine, they would write an article that was about a certain product or about a certain result. So if you were in like Woman magazine, you might have like, housewife loses 100 pounds while doing yoga or something like that. And then there's like a story, and at the end of the story, there's a call to an action, maybe like fill out this form to get the free diet book or whatever it is. Okay, now that would be a natural thing. The reason it works is because the person is there to read the magazine. They didn't get the magazine for the ads. They got the magazine so that they can learn about whatever the magazine promised. Now, if you go into that magazine and if you write an article that looks like content, that looks like something they're going to consume, that hooks them in with their headline and teaches them something, then that's a natural way to go about it. Some other natural things you can do is by looking at how people search the internet. Right? If you're talking about mortgage rates or something like that, and you have a big box that says put your zip code to find cheap mortgage rates in your area, that would be a natural thing, right? It's like, yeah, obviously I'd put my zip code in because, mortgage rates in, Florida are different than mortgage rates in Montana or whatever. So we got to look at that and we got to focus. Some other things you can do, like on the Bible website and the lottery website, is I had a little drop-down box that was a drop-down that said, read the Bible in a year, read the Bible in a month, read the Bible in 90 days, and it had little plans that they can use, right? Very natural. It's something that naturally they would look at and be like, yeah, that's cool. Now, a lot of times what people do is they go against the natural and they just stick banner ads up. And they wonder why their stuff doesn't convert, and the reason it doesn't convert is because it's not natural and it looks like an ad. A lot of people look at ads and they're like, hey, I don't want to look at an ad. But those same people would read content. So you got to structure it the right way, and you got to be natural with what people are looking up. You got to be natural with what people really want and why they're there and the way that they search. Obviously, if you're on a site about like how do I convert a PDF to a Word doc, maybe you have a big box that says, drag your file in here and convert it. Or maybe a browse button that says upload your file here. Or maybe you're going into other things. Now, this example that I did was on my tattoo website. I had a tattoo website, made money with the ClickBank affiliate program and some other programs, and also the Tattoo Johnny affiliate program. And what I did was I was like, okay, these people are here because they want to search tattoos. They don't want to buy an ebook. They don't want to buy junk. They just want to find a tattoo design, right? And so I said to myself, what if I go through and I actually put pictures of the main tattoos. So I did the Google research. I looked up the main tattoos, flower, heart, star, cross, the main tattoos, and I put some images of the tattoos, and I said, click these to find more images. And then I led to the affiliate program, which had the various things, and they can download them. And I was able to get a lot of sales, and our numbers stomped the tar out of the other competitors in the market. The other competitors were not making money because they weren't being natural. They weren't focusing on what it is that the customer wanted. And if you focus and you think about it from your visitor's eyes, you got to look at it and be like, well, why would someone come here in the first place? They don't want to read an article about tattoos. They just want to find the tattoos. So if I list them, some other things you can do to be natural is have other links, right? If I'm talking about tattoos, maybe I could say the most popular tattoos for hearts, the most popular tattoos for motorcyclers, the most popular tattoos for, women, men, animals, different things like that. And I look at it and I'm like, okay, this kind of stuff will work, right? This is like what you see on Google when you search for something on Google and you scroll to the bottom and it's like some other people search for this same stuff. And they have a list of other things, and those get a lot of traffic because what it's doing is it's getting inside the mind of the visitor. And what we want to do is we want to get inside the visitor's mind and understand why they're there and what they're naturally going to do next. I want to do what's called predictive marketing. How can I predict what the person is going to want or do next? If I get someone coming in on my dieting site, maybe I say, hey, do you want to lose 10 pounds, 100 pounds, or whatever, right? That would be a natural progression. All right, let's dive into the next one here. The next one is not using the white space, right? Now, I want you to imagine this. Let's say you have a site about, what to do, how to take care of a baby or something like that, or what to do the first month after you get your baby home or something, right? Something that's like, yeah, there's not a lot of money in this market, right? Now, there is. The way that I look at it is there is, because babies are a lot of money. I mean, I've had two, and they cost a lot of money over the years, right? And so we look at that, and we're like, okay, this market isn't really hot for the bloggers, So there's not a lot of money. Okay, there's not a lot of money there. So what we got to do is we got to look at it and say, well, where is the money? Okay, now when we look at the white space, when you have your ads, notice how this ad takes good use of the white space, right? They're not filling every single square centimeter of this ad with ad junk, right? There's not a bazillion banners. There's not a million things to do. It's like, hey, if you want your baby's first shoes to be made in metal so you have a keepsake, this is what it looks like, okay? So same kind of thing. I want you to imagine this. Now, knowing what I teach you, you could do a lot better than this. Imagine you have your site and it's talking about the baby stuff and how to take care of a 1-year-old and what to do if they throw fits and all this other stuff. And you're like, hey, don't miss this moment. Your baby's shoes are adorable. Click here to get them copper plated and save this memory forever. You don't want to forget, that kind of thing. And when you use the white space, you got to really look at it. You got to make sure that your blog content has a lot of space on it, so it's not overwhelming. So it's not something people get, headache looking at. It's got to be something focused. It's got to be something that really works, and it's got to utilize that white space. Use the space. Is there space on the side? Is there space under the content? Is there a space in the content where there'd be a natural break, right? Go through your content and say, hey, wait a minute. Here I talk about, the best ways to lower your mortgage rate. Maybe I could say, get a free credit report because credit scores are the best way to lower your rate. Maybe I could put, apply here. They're going to run your credit once and a lot of people will compete for your loan. Or you look at it and you focus, right? You got to really look for where in your content this stuff's going to work. And you have to assume that the majority of the people are not reading every single word. Let's face it, most of your blogs are not cliffhangers. They're not like ridiculous, okay? So you got to be like, okay, if someone's skimming this article, how can I get them to click on the things that are making me money? Because after all, that's why I made the blog in the first place. So can I use that white space? Is there a spot under an image where I could say, hey, click here to get this or click here for that? Very important. You got to use that white space. If you don't, then you're going to be wasting and you're not going to be making any money. Okay, next up, make sure you hit the like button and subscribe. If you like this training, if you like all my trainings, hit that like button and subscribe. But the next one up is forgetting about options. And we got our guy reading a menu here because a menu has options. I want you to think about this for a minute. When you go into a restaurant and you look at a menu, are you thinking, I might not want to eat here? Are you sitting there and you're like, yeah, well, I might not want to eat here? Or are you sitting there saying, do I want the burger or do I want the omelet, right? You're deciding. Why are you deciding? Because there's options. Very simple. Okay, now when you use options on your website, that is a very, very, very important thing to do. Having options within your content. Hey, you know what? Here's 5 free reports you can download. Click the one you want. Maybe have some videos they can watch. Maybe have some images that give them options about different things that they can do, right? Very important. And if you have those, that's going to increase the amount of people that click on your affiliate links and your offers. Very important. If you preface it where it's like, hey, you know what? I know you're looking for a baby stroller. Here's the 3 best options. Number 1, if you have twins. Number 2, if you run. Number 3, if it's just for like going to the mall or something, and you have the options there where you're taking out the idea of, do I want to buy a stroller? And you're now saying, which stroller is right for you? Okay, it's very important to look at that because options are important. If I was to come on here and say, do you want to make $1,000? Or $10,000 a month? Can you work an hour or 5 hours a day? These kind of options really, really, really focus you in on what works. Okay, they focus your visitor in. And I want you to remember something that I learned in rehab. I'm actually 5.5 years sober now, almost 6 years sober. And in rehab, I learned something very important. And they told me that the mind is like a lens and you get what you focus on. Now, this is true. Your mind is like a lens and you get what you focus on. Why does Marcus seem like he knows a lot about marketing? Because he focused his mind on marketing for a lot of time, right? That's just the way it works. Now, when you look at this, your customer and your visitor's mind is like a lens as well. And options focus them on what you want to focus them on. Just last night, I was watching part of the Democratic debate before I got really tired because I had no sleep the night before. And I was watching the Democratic debate, and I was watching how the news people like framed questions to set people up. And it's no strange thought that the news media doesn't like Bernie Sanders, unfortunately, because I think he's a good guy, and that's who's got my vote. But at any rate, the way that they frame the questions are very important, right? They frame their questions in a way to say what they want to say in a biased way, right? It's very important. I was even doing research on it before this call, where they were doing screenshots of different polls and things, and they'd have a poll and they'd be like, okay, Biden's at 25%, Bernie's at 24. Clear leader in the race, Biden. And then they do it again, and they're like, Bernie's at 24, Biden's at 23, no clear winner or something. And it's like the same exact info, they're just portraying it different. And I want you to realize that people's mind is like a lens, and there's things that you can subtly do to influence them. Okay, it's very, very important that you understand influence, you understand what makes people tick, you understand what makes people click, and you understand what makes people do certain things. And when you understand that, you realize that you can help people in a good way get what they want, and you can make money in the process. Very important. Just don't do it like the news media, where they're completely biased just because they, are biased for whoever pays their bills or whatever. So we got to look at that. And we got to focus, and we got to say, how am I going to do this? And one of the best ways you could do that is by options and questions. Very, very important. Okay, the next thing we want to look at here is using standard banners and ads. A lot of people go out there and they're just going to put up their blog and they're going to get traffic, and then they go to the affiliate network and they get banners and ads. Now, I'm going to tell you firsthand, 90% of the banner ads that affiliate companies put out are going to suck. They're not good, okay? They're just going to suck. They're not going to get a lot of clicks, and the clicks they do get are not going to be good clicks. Also, the other 10% that are good ads are not focused on your traffic. So remember up in number 1, where we talked about not paying attention to the why? Okay, the banner ad doesn't know why your visitor's there. The banner ad is just the banner ad to sell the product or get people to click or whatever. Okay, so what we need to do is we need to do a little bit of modification and maybe use a text link or maybe make our own banners based on why our visitors are there instead of using standard banner ads. Okay, using standard banners and ads is one of the worst ways you can monetize your site, because what it's doing is it's just like, okay, I get a lot of traffic, let's see what happens. I don't want to do that. I want to get a lot of traffic, and I want to make people do what I want them to do. If I want them to click on the Bible toolbar, I need to put that front and center. Now, the Bible toolbar affiliate ad sucks, right? It's not good. I didn't make any money with the Bible toolbar affiliate ad. I might have made like $40 or something. Now, when I did the Bible thing my way by putting little buttons of Bibles, like here's a little button, click here for the NIV, click here for the New Standard, click here for the King James, click here for this, right? Not only did I use options, but I had little pictures of the Bibles, and it was very easy. And it said, choose the Bible you want and download the Bible toolbar on the next page. Very, very concise, very specific. And when we look at people coming to my site that want to read the Bible, boom, that works. Notice how it's natural and it's a direct hit. We don't want something off the beaten path. We don't want something close. We want a direct hit that says, you're here for this. Here it is. Click it. And then download it on the next page or whatever. So using standard banners and ads is one of the biggest mistakes that I see new bloggers make, experienced bloggers make. Guys, it's not going to cut the mustard. You need to focus. I don't know who cuts mustard, but at any rate, right? We need to focus on what's working. We need to focus on why they're there. We need to focus on what they're going to click on. Focus on who they are. If your audience is primarily, senior citizens, older people, maybe have bigger text, right? I know I'm 40 and my eyes are kind of straining to see stuff. I don't want 8-point font. I want to read something big, right? That's why I have gigantic monitors in here, because I can't see, right? And so we look at that, and maybe if it's a younger crowd, maybe they'll respond to images and memes, right? Very important. And you got to look at it. If you're on Instagram getting traffic, that's going to be a different type of strategy. The people are going to click on things different than if they're on a search engine, which they're going to do different than if they're watching videos, right? So we have to look at our model and we have to say, what is it that's going to get these people to do what we want them to do? How are we going to do it? Very, very, very important. Okay, and using standard banners and ads is a big, big mistake new bloggers and people with traffic make. All right, the next one is killing the progression. Right, the progression here. We got to look at the natural progression of things. And I have these dating people, which looks really weird. They're weird drawings. But at any rate, let's say we have these people and you're out at a cocktail party or a gathering or at work or whatever, and you and a young lady or a young man or old man or whatever, right? The person you like is there and you're flirting and you hit it off and everything like that. Now, what most bloggers do is they get the person interested in the content, and then they're like, okay, I'm glad you liked our conversation, bye. And they don't close the deal. They don't focus on, hey, how am I going to ask for the next date? How do I ask for her number? How do I ask for his, schedule or whatever it is that you're after? And they don't look at the progression. They kill the progression. And why they kill it is because they're afraid of selling. They're afraid of saying something like, do the next step. If I have 10 tips to getting rid of bugs in your yard, and I just say, hey, here's the 10 tips. Thanks for reading. Check out the other stuff on my blog. That's not going to do the same as I say, hey, these 10 tips are good, but bugs are never really going to disappear if you don't hire someone to spray for bugs in your area. Call this number now to spray for bugs in your area or get a free consult or whatever it is, right? Do you notice the difference there between, hey, just check out my content. It's pretty good and I like it. And like, hey, yeah, let's go out again. This is what we're going to do, right? And you got to focus on it. You got to continue that progression. Whatever your article is about, whatever your content is on your blog, what's the natural progression? Because I guarantee everything on your blog has a natural progression. One of the ones I did recently was for Linktree alternatives. A lot of people on Instagram use Linktree, and I can't stand it. I don't think it's a good program. Because of the way that it's structured and the way it's laid out and the fact that you have to pay for it and you don't own your domain. So what I did is I wrote an article about Linktree alternatives. And in that article, I actually went on and I'm like, hey, my best alternative is setting up a simple blog with simple links on it. Here's how to do it in 15 minutes. By the way, you could get a free domain name, and instead of using link.tre or whatever / my URL, you're now going to be like your own domain. And so I did that, and I talked to them about the bad things about Linktree, the good things about my system, why they need a new domain. And then at the end, I'm like, go to this site, get yourself some domain name, and get yourself the hosting, and you'll have this up and running in 15 minutes, and it's actually cheaper than Linktree. See how that natural progression went into it? And I'm using the content in a way that's going to work. Also, if you're new and you're setting up content, you want to start to look for keywords and build your content around a progression, right? What can I progress people in when they're reading my content to get the next thing, to focus on what they want so that I can make money? Okay, you got to look at that, and it's very, very, very important. Looks like we got a lot of new people coming on. Thanks for being here, guys. Good to have you here, Michael, Anna, and some others as well. Right, so we got to get that progression, and we got to keep it going. We don't want to waffle it. We don't want to be like the guy who gets a girl interested, and then all of a sudden he's like, oh, yeah, whatever. See you later. Have a nice day. No, you want to ask for the date or the number or whatever, okay? Very important that you don't kill the progression, and this is one that I see a lot of people do. A lot of people do. So if you got content and it's getting traffic, go through it and see how you can add a natural progression to things. The next one we have here is selling from your heels. A lot of people come to me and they're like, Marcus, I don't like sales. And they don't realize that they sell every day. If you come to me and you tell me you don't like sales, you just sold me on the fact that you don't like sales. That's what you did. You made a sale. I agree with you. You don't like sales. And so what happens is people look at sales as like this pushy, crazy thing instead of selling via information. With your blog, what you're doing is, as the late Corey Rudel used to say, educate, inform, and sell more. Okay, you're educating the market on something. So when I talk about Linktree alternatives or whatever it is, I'm naturally talking about a program, and I'm like, hey, if you like it, you can go buy it. But here's my alternative to it, and I think this is better. Click here to buy it. Okay, that's not like a pushy salesman. That's someone helping out with someone that's looking up an alternative. And by the way, if you haven't done keyword research on the word alternative, like, get ready. There's a lot of good stuff there. And you can utilize this because people are looking for alternatives to things, and it's very easy to sell on that word because it's like, hey, you're looking for an alternative. Here it is. Very simple, right? So don't sell from your heels. Get up and tell them what you have for them, what it's going to do for them, and where to get it. What do I got? I got this hosting that you should get. What's it going to do for you? It's going to give you your own domain name. It's going to allow you to track everything, and you'll be able to have a Instagram bio link page that really works and you can update all the time really easy. Where do you get it? Click here to get it. Here's how to sign up. Very simple. So don't sell from your heels. Just look at it and be like, hey, this is what I got. This is how it's going to help you. And if you do that, they're going to appreciate it, and it's going to sell a lot more and do a lot better. So don't sell from your heels. The next one here is letting other people determine your click value, right? A lot of people out there let the search engines or the market determine their click value. Now, one of the things that I've done to make a lot of money is funnel people into other stuff. Now, I don't know if you use the MSN or Bing search engine. I use all search engines because I'm a student of marketing and I'd be silly not to. And I noticed that one of the things that Bing and Yahoo do a lot of is they'll have ads on the site that are kind of like not related to why you would go to Yahoo, right? So you go to yahoo.com and it's like, here's the top SUVs that get good gas mileage, right? And you'll click that and then it'll go to a page with ads on it. Okay, now that's interesting. You might look at that and be like, well, Marcus, that's stupid. Who's making money on it? Well, Yahoo is, and they're making a lot of money. How are they doing it? They're doing what I call instantly increasing the value of a click. If I get someone coming to my site and they're looking for snakes in their yard, right? How do I determine what kind of snake or spider's in my yard? And they look at that, that traffic is worth maybe 2 cents at the best. Maybe. Probably less. Okay? But the instant they click on something on my site that says click here to get a free bug evaluation for your yard, right? Or click here to find pest control people in your area. The minute they click that, that value of that visitor skyrockets. It skyrockets instantly. And this is literally how you could go out there and print money on demand. Disclaimer, you can't print money. Disclaimer, you probably won't make money. No one makes money, but I think you got the idea here, right? And we look at it and we're like, okay, how can I do what Yahoo's doing? They're literally taking a click that's worth nothing. They're saying, click here for the SUVs, and boom, there you go. They're taking a click that's worth nothing, and they say, get the top 0% interest-free credit cards here. Boom, instantly they increase the value. And we're going to give you some examples of how this works in just a minute once we're done with these 10 blunders and mistakes bloggers make. Again, if you like this content, if you think it's good and helpful, hit that like button and subscribe, and make sure you click the bell as well. But make sure you give us a like, because that helps us get the word out so we can help more and more people that are struggling in blog purgatory of not making money. Now, the last of the 10 before we get into the examples is failing to improve on what's working. All right, this is a big mistake. I see people start ranking in the search engines. They start getting traffic. They start getting people to their site. And they fail to improve on what's working. If you got something that's ranking in the search engines and you're not making money, improve on it. Because you already did half the battle. You got the traffic. Now what do I do? And you do that by looking at the 10 things we just went over, where you're like, okay, can I do something natural? Can I add something interactive? Can I do something that's going to help these people click? Can I sell something? Can I give them an alternative option? Can I magnify the value of the click by getting them to click on something else that really, really focuses on them? Very important, okay? So failing to improve on what works is a big one. I am always a student of where my traffic's coming from. I want to know where the traffic's coming from. If I have something that's getting a lot of traffic, I want to make that work. I want to make it work so I can help people out, so I can get them what they want, get them what they need, and start to make money on that traffic. And when you follow these 10 steps and improve, you will see that things are going to work a lot better for you instead of just throwing something up and hoping people click on a banner. Now, if you want to get these 10 things in a printable form, we are making notes for you. Go to downloadmynotes.com, put your name and email in. When the notes are ready, we'll send them out to you along with videos and other cool stuff about how to make money. Now, let's go ahead and get into the money getting quick tips, and then we'll take some small Q&A. All right, the money getting quick tips are based on what we taught you up here, the 10 things, but it's in a better way. Now, notice this one here. One of the tips in copywriting and marketing is known as a Johnson box. All right, a Johnson box stands out from other content. All right, now a Johnson box looks like this, and I used it in a way to show you what's going on. So if I was trying to get people to download notes from this training, okay, so you're here, you're listening, you're like, I like this stuff, right? The natural progression is, hey, if you want the notes, if you want to learn more, download my notes. And so what I do is I make a little Johnson box, I put a headline, right? This could be something like, stop snakes from entering your yard before they even get there, right? Get a free evaluation, learn how monthly pest control can reduce snakes by 90% or whatever, plus get X, Y, and Z. Okay, so in this example, I said download my notes from this training, get all blog profit action items, plus how to use them to earn more. Use my 30-second mailing list booster code and grow your list. Plus get free weekly videos, tips, and live trainings. Go to downloadmynotes.com, or if this was on your blog, you could have a big click here button. Very simple, right? Do you guys see how that stands out from other content? Okay, and these are really easy to make. You can make them in an image program. You can make them on your WordPress. We even have one, the actual 30-second mailing list booster is something that I'm putting together for you, which you'll get at downloadmynotes.com. But you guys can see that that stands out, right? It's like, okay, this Johnson box is going to stand out. So if I have my content and I have like a black border around this or a red border around it, it's going to stand out. Now, we actually have a plugin that makes these Johnson boxes for your site. And actually tracks them too. So it's a really cool plugin that you can use. So you can make them free just by using formatting or by using an image program, or you can use the plugin that we have as part of our mentor program, which you can get over at marcusmentor.me. Okay, very cool. Now the next one is what's called a call to action. Now, one of the other plugins that we use, you can do this with any slide plugin. You don't have to buy my plugin, but mine actually has the tools to track, has the tools to make stuff work. And it's a slide plugin. So like if you were to go to affiliatemarketingdude.com, right, like this, and we have a page on becoming a super affiliate, you're going to see how the slide plugin works. And again, I'm not trying to sell this. I mean, it's a good plugin. You should get it. But you could do it with anything. So if you're like, oh, Marcus, I got to buy your stuff. You don't. You can do this on your own if you want. Like, spend time doing it. But the reasoning behind it is to get people to look at this. So instead of having content that's just a list. So imagine I put a list on my site and I'm like, here's the 10 ways that bloggers don't make money. Okay. And I just have a big list. All right. That's not as interesting as if I had like these. Right, so here I'm like, hey, here's some sites that made me money. Now what the plugin does is it actually puts a little content down here and it changes with each slide, right? So it changes here, it shows the image, and notice the natural progression. They're looking at this, they're like, man, I want to learn about these sites that make money. And then at the end, there's a little call to action, and you can make it pop up something, you can make it a mailing list, you can make it play a video, you can do whatever the hell you want. So now what's happening is you're getting people more interactive, and then boom, there's a call to action that says, want to see more of my sites? Put your name and email here. Now, the plugins and the tools that I use and the stuff that I'm teaching you here is stuff that I've used on hundreds of millions of visitors, and we know what works. We know what gets people to click, right? So you can have the call to action there like that. You can use a slide plugin. You can use whatever you want. Now, this plugin is also part of our mentor program. You can get that at marcusmentor.me. We'll talk to you about that a little bit later. I've spent hundreds of thousands of dollars. Actually, I know it's over $100,000. I don't know if we've crossed 200 yet, but I've spent over $100,000 making these plugins. I actually made them for myself, and then I had them brand them so that you guys can use them as well if you're in my courses, which is really cool. So that one's really good. The slide plugin gets their interest and then also has the call to action on the end. Another example of a call to action could be like a little box like this, where if I'm talking about niche marketing or something, I can have a little box that's like, hey, here's like the sales message, here's the pitch, click here to get started. And these buttons work really good. We actually have a program that creates the button as well. Another one is options and clickable images, right? Options are really big, and clickable images and little interactive tools are big, like the slide thing. Also like a drop down. On my Lotto site, we had 99% of the visitors, which is unheard of. Most people, 99% of the visitors like leave without doing anything. On this site, we got 99% of the visitors to actually click the drop-down box and go to the affiliate offer. And I was making 12 cents a click on that. So I was probably making about 12 cents a click for everyone who visited my site just by having that there. This is a subtle thing that you can use that'll work really well. You can create a drop-down box pretty easy. Just go to Google and put in drop-down box creator. We have a tool that actually makes a drop-down box and tracks it, which I thought was important because I want to know what they click on so I can learn about my market. But this is something that works extremely well too. You can even do like, how much weight do you want to lose, or what kind of snake is in your backyard? A long one, a skinny one, a black one, a blue one, whatever. Very, very easy. I use this on my Bible site. I've used this on many sites that work extremely well to make money. Another one I did was on a watch football site. Now this number, I had this block of images on my site twice, so we're actually getting a 96 or close to 97% click-through rate. And it actually made a lot of money just by getting people to click on the various icons. You can see we did the same thing with the Bibles, right? This is an example of the Bibles where instead of just saying, oh, click here to download the Bible, boom, I put these options and now our CTR scrolls through the roof, right? Imagine you're on the snake site and it's like, which snake did you find in your yard, right? And you could click the little ones and then you go to a report about how to get snakes out of your yard or pest control or whatever. Very, very simple. Another plugin and tool that we use often is giving them options before they opt in, which is pretty cool. The reading plan drop down looked like this, and it was like, choose your reading plan. I want to read the Bible in a year, 90 months, or 90 days, or 9 months, or whatever. And they were able to choose. And when you give people the option to choose, you're going to get a lot more traffic. Again, if you like this stuff, make sure you smash that like button and subscribe. And then one of the others we have here is teaser copy. Teaser copy is good because you want to keep an element of surprise. So what I did is on my blogs, I put this little box and it was like, this simple site averages 137 a day. This one does 287. Will you be our next income earner? This one made $1 million. Check out the video to see the sites, right? So what I do is I'm like, okay, now we got their curiosity. They want to see the site, right? And this is like the fine line between clickbait and good content, right? If this was clickbaity, I just take them to a sales page. But what I do is I actually take them to a page that shows the site. And you could have something like, I found this snake in my yard and here's how poisonous it was. Click here to find out, or something like that, right? Something that really gets their interest. Another thing, this is a big tip. If you have a blog, people like your content and they like their report, you could simply make a PDF version of that blog post and then offer it as a download to build your mailing list. Like super simple. Something you can do like right now, start getting people, and like literally it does not take that long to do. Like you copy the blog post, you put it in Word, you put some affiliate offers on it, you put some branding on it, and boom, there you go. So you can offer that. This one gets opt-ins every single day. Really, really simple. Now, one of the last ones we're going to go through is offer creativity. One of the things I see blog people do is they don't do creative stuff with their offers. Years ago, I went into the market where I was looking up people that were looking up MySpace layouts. Now that market's kind of gone, but I made several $1 million in that market, and the way that I did it is this. I remember when I found that market and started getting free traffic, a lot of my colleagues, a lot of affiliate marketers were like, Marcus, you're never going to make money in that. You suck. That's not going to work. Okay. And so what I did is I said, well, there's not really an affiliate offer for MySpace layouts, but there are these downloadable cursors, right? You could download like this little magnet and you could put it on your MySpace page. And now instead of the arrow cursor, it'd turn into a magnet. And I was like, I think these people would probably like that. And so because of that creativity, I was able to make several $1 million where I wouldn't have been able to make anything. Right? And it started out with free traffic, then I went to paid traffic, so I got it to convert with paid traffic, which was really cool. And so the creativity was the key, right? Being able to look at your market and say, what do I think these people would like? What do I think that these people would be interested in? What do I think these people would do? And you look at your pool of affiliate marketing offers, and you're like, okay, what can I match with this? What can I put with this where it's going to help these people out, or give them something cool, or help them out with something? Right? Maybe there's people looking for like, how to enlarge or how to change an image for Instagram, right? And there's lots of people that look up images on Instagram. Maybe you can find like a free filter or a software program that edits images or whatever, and you can offer that. Very simple, right? Being creative. Because most people are going to think linear and they're going to be like, Instagram, okay, well, I can only promote a course on how to make money on Instagram. That's all there is. All right, don't think that way. Think outside the box, think creative. How can I help this person? What's the natural progression? One of the other examples was flipping the market. Years ago, I went into the market. I actually sold this site, and you could see YouTube videos of the guy who bought this site from me. He went on to make a lot of money. He's got videos where he's holding his checks and everything, and he did really well with it. And so it was gas prices. And so what I did is I noticed a lot of people were searching for gas prices, and there was no competition. So I threw up a site, and I was like, hey, how can I make this work? I made it natural. Okay, I put a box with a zip code. Put your zip code to find cheap gas in your area. Then what I did is I also had a little thing that said getting ripped off at the pump, save 20 cents or more per gallon, right? How many of you guys, you look at that and you're like, if someone was interested in gas prices, they'd probably click that. Like save 20 cents a gallon or more for life? Yeah, I'd click that, right? How many of you guys would say, yes, I would probably click that. Type click that if you think you would. Okay? And I don't need you to tell me if you would, because I know other people did. And so what I did is I got a little creative and I flipped the market. And I said gas prices are worth nothing. And so what if I got them into gas rewards credit cards? And that's what this offer went to, is a little site about gas rewards credit cards. I instantly increased the value of my traffic just by putting this little banner on my site. And boom, we're off to the races. And then I had this little box here that said, here are some hot tips on getting lower gas prices. Get a gas price credit card, use our gas price search engine, and improve your gas mileage. Very simple. Guys, this is not rocket science. It's not hard, but you do need to think, and you need to focus, and you need to look at it, and you need to hit that like button right now if you enjoyed this webinar. You can also go to downloadmynotes.com to get the notes of this webinar. And if you want to get more help from me, here are some options where you can get more help and advanced training. If you like my videos, you like my stuff, we have some courses and some trainings that you can go through to get the help you need. Now, our most least expensive option, which actually comes with all the plugins and tools that I mentioned on this call, there's plugins that do literally everything I taught you here. That's marcusmentor.me. That's where you go. You can get updated access to all my custom WordPress plugins, notes from my videos, tools, videos, training on how to get started with affiliate marketing. You also get a copy of my affiliate marketing book and an Affiliate Marketing Dude t-shirt that's actually embroidered. They're pretty cool. A little behind on them now, so it might take a while to get. We got to get some new ones. They go out pretty quick, right? And so that's going to help you. We also, every Tuesday, we have a call, this is why you need to join it, okay? The plugins, the tools, the videos, all that stuff is good. But the reason you join the mentor call is because every Tuesday we have a call, or the mentor program is because every Tuesday we have a call. You can come on that Tuesday. You could show me your website, show me how you're getting traffic, and I'll actually help you make it work, right? So like we have live training every week where you could say, hey, I'm doing this. Hey, I'm doing that. Hey, what affiliate offer would you use? Hey, how would you do this? That alone is worth its weight in gold. People use that and they get killer advice. And if you were to deduct this, if you were like, okay, let's do this by 4, number of months in a year, or in a month, number of weeks in a month. There we go, right? That is less than $20 a call. And you can ask whatever the hell you want. And I got to tell you, those calls are great. They're recorded. We give people keyword reports. We help them with everything. If you're struggling with blogging, if you're struggling with making money online, you could start at the Marcus Mentor Me. It's less than $2.50 a day. And there you go. So you could either get like a fancy latte, like a small one, I think, or you can get the help to make money online. The second place to start is Simple Sites, Big Profits course. This is like the done for you, or the do-it-yourself course that teaches you everything. If you're looking for a do-it-yourself way, this is where you should start. This course has all you need to start making a living with affiliate marketing. It includes custom training software that walks you through everything step by step, tools that work hard for you. It also comes with personal support, niche market ideas, sample profit sites, and guaranteed acceptance to some of Marcus's favorite affiliate networks. Sign up now and come say hi. So really, really cool. The last option, which is more expensive but is definitely worth its weight in gold, is where I actually find your niche, get your domain, set up your site, and walk you through everything to make it work. We even put content on it, give you a traffic plan, show you the affiliate offers and everything. So if you're interested in like Marcus, I want to just get started and hit the ground running, go over to highticketniches.com and you can get signed up there. So those are the options where you can get signed up. At the very least, if you like my videos and you want to learn and you want to be able to ask questions where I can show examples and go through your site, look at your traffic, look at everything, and help you, I would say at the very least start with marcusmentor.me. So, with that said, are there any questions about what we went over today as you are hitting that like button and subscribing? Are there any questions on what we went over today? Any questions on any of the topics? And we'll put that up for you again. All right, cool. And then what we'll do is I'll have some links in the description and over at downloadmynotes.com to take you deeper into this stuff as well. All right, cool. So it doesn't look like too many questions on this, which means I did my job and you learned some stuff. Go ahead and check out those programs there at marcusmentor.me, simplesitesbonus.com, or highticketniches.com. Let's work together. Let's start making money online and let's have fun. Thanks again for joining. Make sure you subscribe, click that like button, and we will see you in the next training.